Hello. Hello. I'm back for another taste challenge. I was going to do this challenge about an hour ago, but my friend Paul called me. He was talking, and we had a good conversation about all kind of stuff. So tomorrow could be like chaos, in a sense. So I don't think taste challenges. I don't taste challenges may not be feasible tomorrow. Is what I'm trying to say. So I have two mezcals today. Again, so let's just say this counts for Tuesday, and maybe Tuesday will count for Wednesday. Okay, this is Sombra, Mezcal Artesanal Joven. This is the newer bottle design because there used to be a more rounded bottle. Now you got this like textured, I don't know what it's called, serrated uh, bottle. It's smoked glass. It was introduced in 2004. Right. Let's hope it holds. Let's hope it holds, Joe Hill. So, serrated glass, smoked glass. I think this company has had it's wooden. It's a wooden cap. Ugh. I think this company has had a number of ownership changes since 2008, which is not even 20 years ago. But that's not my problem. But it's owned by Diageo now. Diageo did buy it years ago. They don't really promote it. I don't know why they bought it if they're not going to do anything with it. But then who in the world promotes mezcal anyway? You don't see many promotions for it. But it's a sharp looking bottle. I give them credit for that. I bought this years ago at Walmart of all places. When you think of Walmart, you don't usually think of liquor. Definitely not mezcal because they don't even carry mezcal anymore. Maybe the sales weren't that great, and at Walmart, if the sales aren't great, it don't stay on the shelf. It's gone. They want stuff that's going to move, like Crown Royal, Jack Daniels, Budweiser beer, that kind of thing. Just poured a Two Hearted, one of my favorite all time. Cheers to Two Hearted Ale, a great one, now known as Two Hearted IPA. So this is so that's introduced in 2008. Oh, why did I get this at Walmart for $15? Not the normal price, more like $32. Well, because they wanted to get rid of it. And the weird thing at Walmart, they had both bottles. They had the older edition bottle and the newer edition. And the older edition looked fine. I couldn't really take issue with it, but I thought the new edition looked a little nicer. So I bought it, and it was the same price. Didn't matter which one you bought. So $15, a $32.99 mezcal for 15 even. Yeah, I'm on that. So I bought it, and it's really been good. Now here's Vida. This is from Del Maguey Vida, the Puebla edition. It's called Puebla because it's made in Puebla, a little town in Puebla state, and they say this is made more for people that are just getting into mezcal, maybe not too sure about it, if it would taste weird. No, it doesn't taste weird. And if you're used to tequila, I'm sure you would get used to mezcal pretty quickly. But it's strange, because some people get scared off of it. Like they won't try it because they think, oh, it's going to taste nasty. Well, how do you think it's going to taste nasty? It's pretty popular. But people are funny like that. So anyway, I bought this. I can't remember where. It's got this kind of like matte. The finish on the label is like matte, M-A-T-T-E. Like a little rough, like the finest grain sandpaper you could ever find. So let's do the screen share while we're at it. Then I'm going to get on with this. I want to go watch this baseball game. So here's Sombra, mezcal. They're showing a cocktail naturally as usual. Espadín harvested at elevations up to 8,000 Our artisanal mezcal reflects the land's rich biodiversity, produced through traditional methods, slow roasting in earthen pits, crushed by a stone tahona, a mechanical tahona, not a donkey or horse. Fermentation with wild yeast and double distillation in copper pot stills. And it's 45% alcohols, not 40. These are both double distilled. I got to put that in my notes. So there it is, another cocktail. There's also Rosado, which I've never had. Seen it. I have seen it. And then there's the Ensemble, which I this one. A rare blend of 2,000 bottles ever created. Yeah, I don't think you'd be seeing that one for $15. See that one, it's going to be a shock. The price will be outrageous, but then it might taste awesome. Here's the Vida, double distilled also in a copper pot still. So are these actually true small mezcals, or are they more like mass production mezcals? If you think about it, I bet you'll guess it right. Okay, correctly. So I got to put that double distilled. They're both Espadín, 2 times distilled joven mezcals. Okay, got it. So now I can put on the lamps because I got these blackout shades because it is so hot outside. Okay, get that lamp correct. Who do I think's good? First of all, do I think I could tell these apart? Probably, just because this is 45% alcohol and this is 40, so 90 proof versus 80. That probably will help me out a great deal. But then on the other hand, I might still stay confused. Also, I think that the Sombra will be a little roastier, have a little more roast smoke. That could be a confusion also. Let's see. Or a misapprehension or something. All right, let's go. Can you find Sombra pretty easily? Oh, yeah, probably. Wouldn't take too much effort. Same thing with Vida. Now, in my town where I live, mezcal's kind of not really too well sold. Like, you could find it. You might find one brand, like literally, you might find one brand of mezcal. But I live in a town with like 29,000. No, it's not even. It's like 28,000 people, maybe dropping in decline or something. But New Orleans population dropping. Louisiana's population is dropping, honestly. But maybe that'll rebound. You know, those things fluctuate. But now if I go to New Orleans, sure, of course, I could find 50 brands of mezcal, but you've got a lot bigger population. So what do you expect? Go out into a semi-rural town. When I first moved to this house, my mailing address was Rural Route number 2. That was what it said. Rural. You know, like if they had these mail outs, like if the McDonald's would mail out coupons to the whole town, which they don't send coupons anymore. They just do apps on the internet. But it would say rural. How you say that word? Rural. Kind of hard word to say. Route number 2. But that's been a long time. And y'all see when I sit out in the backyard, it's all like woods and everything behind there and everything, all of that. Sometimes rabbits running behind. It smells pretty regular. That smells pretty regular. I don't smell smoke. Yeah. Aroma wise, it's a draw. Aroma wise, even. So appearance, clear. Aroma, about the same. Burley Sullivan says, you. Hey, Burley, cheers back to you. Now the tasting part of the video. Yeah. Starts off pretty regular. Now in the underneath, there's like this smoked vegetable. Now somebody might say, didn't you say that like 40 times already in these mezcal videos? The answer is yeah, because that's what it presents. Oh, much less smoke, or if any, if any, if any. So there's a big difference here. Price, same. So we're looking at the same price. Now, I think some people might sell Sombra for 39. I don't know if I pay that much. But like I say, I got it for 15, so my whole mind is warped. Now I can't think past that price point. And I still got half the bottle left. I don't think I could drink this in my lifetime. At this pace, at this rate of consumption, I might be like really like having it the rest of my life. And I'm not kidding about that. That's okay. I think it's got a little bit more body. I think it has a little sharper presentation, like I was saying earlier in the video about presentation, which means I think it's a higher alcohol product, 90 proof versus 80. Does it make a great difference? It makes a little bit of a difference, a difference. It does make a difference. So I'm going to say this is the Sombra. What? That's the Vita. I know I poured them in the right vessels because I was very careful when I did the labels to put the correct label next to the correct bottle. Well, this is a very shocking development. I got to stop doing mezcal taste challenges. They're too tricky. And there's I don't know. There's something funny about mezcal. You can't seem to. It just seems to change every video. The things change, and somebody's sneaking into my house and changing the bottles. I don't know. It's like the Some Bizarre show on Night Flight on USA Network in 1982. No, I just can't understand it. So that's the Sombra. Mm-hmm. Well, I think now, generally, not every time, obviously, not every time. There are some that are probably way above the general price point and quality. So, yeah, but my feeling about mezcal, I really think you might do yourself a favor just looking for the cheapest one. Is it going to totally work out? No, it's not going to totally work out. Because you might find Monty Alban. Uh-oh. But you could shop around. It's a weird thing because these stores, they'll just decide to cut something. Let's get rid of it. Now you might walk into that store that week and they got a $40 bottle and they're selling it for 15 or 16. Well, yeah, buy it. You just don't know. Well, maybe that won't happen in your state. I'm thinking of Louisiana where they have these crazy sales, like Like I literally paid $15 for the Sombra, but it's throwing me off bad. It's tricking me bad because I can't believe I got this wrong. But it is what it is, and there was no phony thing. And anyway, if I was going to be fake, I would try to fake a win, right? I wouldn't fake a loss. So, good grief. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I know I'm not going to worry about it. So, anyway, but I probably will worry about it though a little bit. But so what do I have left? Well, tomorrow, like I say, is probably a screwed day. Maybe later this week too. I'm sorry, but I can't control the schedule. What's happening? But I got Jicaro. Let's see. I got El Silencio. That's a really good one. El Silencio. You find that one, buy it. And I got a deal on that. What did I pay for that thing? Oh wait, the deal. That's right. I paid the full price, like $30, 32. And then a local store had it for $9.99. I was like, $9.99. That's the greatest mezcal deal in the history of the world. And but I didn't need more of it. I didn't buy it. I was like, I don't need more. But that was a shock to the system. But and obviously those bottles stayed in that discount basket for about 1 hour. But I got the El Silencio, the silence. I've got Jicaro, joven, and the Oyo de Tigre, and the Luminar, and there might be one or two more, maybe, but that'll be it. And then we'll close out Mezcal, which has been a very frustrating series, very frustrating, as expected, but I did expect it would be very frustrating. Challenging, to say the least, very challenging. Is Mezcal the most challenging products to taste challenge? In my experience so far, definitely the most challenging. Total nerve wracking, just total nerve wracking. I'll be relieved when I go to rye whiskey in a couple of weeks. Well, maybe a week. Could it be July? Yeah, rye whiskey. I think rye whiskey is a lot easier to tell apart. They're similar though. I mean, they are similar. I gotta get, but they just like usually some like little determining factor where you can kind of make progress with it. But these cows are confounding, and you can't say, well, you just don't have experience with it. Man, look, I've been drinking some of these for 5-6 years now. I've been resting on these, thinking on them, drinking on it. Just I can't make any headway with it. So I don't know. I don't know, but I've been told in the heat of the day a man died of cold. So I guess I'll just move forward, upward and onward, and try to do the best I can. It's about all I can do. Still, you can tell I'm kind of down about it. Pretty down about it, but I had I was really confident. These are the ones that are most psychologically damaging, because you're so confident. You're like, oh yeah, this is going to be easy. This is an easy win. Chalk that up. Got it. Nailed it. But why would it be hard, And then you fail and you just all embarrassed, people watching, and then you can't delete it because then that's not honest. Well, all right. I just got to get it together and just keep going on, and I'll try to do it later in the week. Do the best I can, and then just move on to the rye. But I don't want to jump the gun and just be all like anxious about the rye. It'll happen, God willing, it'll happen. And then bourbon. We were talking about bourbon on the phone, but all the regulations, they're so peculiar. All right. Well, sorry I failed, but I tried to do the best I could. So cheers to Sombra, but honestly, even more cheers to Vita because you defeated, which I considered, this is me. I had perceived Sombra as a little higher quality product. But boy, oh boy, that is not the way it turned out. All right, so cheers to Vita. You just keep impressing me to no end, to no end. And my friend David came over and he tried it, and he was just shocked. He was so shocked. He said, I think this product is great. It's great. So he had to run to the liquor store in Kenner, Louisiana, and then he was calling me up. Is this the same one? Is this the same one? And he was telling me about the painting. I said, no, it's a different one. You got the corn feel or well, obviously the agave feel. Oh, yeah, what is it called? And then the label had changed a little bit, and that caused a lot of confusion on the phone. But he was very excited. So I don't know what he thinks about that. The Classico, it's kind of like their main Vita. But I have a feeling he's going to love it. But I don't know if he's ever popped a bottle open. All right, all soon. Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for your support and for watching these videos.